Hello, beautiful soul. How are you doing? We're diving deep today. It's about to get juicy. We're looking at the moon and the third eye energy and the Queen of Pentacles. So I'm talking to somebody who needs a third eye activation. So we're going to deliver that today. We're talking about really, really showing you the way. You seeing the way, you knowing the way. This is confirmation today. We're going to talk about the full moon that's approaching as well and the significance of that. Yeah, we're going to talk about whatever happened at the new moon about 2 weeks ago, a few weeks back, whatever you were cycling through. And we're going to talk about how that's transformed you into who you are now and what's coming for you as a result of that. And we're going to do a lot of clairvoyant predictions as well, okay? So lock in. Okay, the first card coming out is the moon. And this is a really, really interesting energy presenting itself to us today because there is so much conversation coming from just this one card. So I'm talking to someone who has significance over the next few days, specifically the 9th of August. I'm going to pin as a key day for you because the card is talking about us walking towards the new moon together or approaching this really important cycle in life for you. And whatever's going on up until the 9th of August is a cleansing ritual, a real surrender. Yeah, you're stepping into really becoming and being this version of self. We're talking about the 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th, but then the 9th, 10th, 11th and the 12th as well. That whole window where the full moon is the highest and it's leaning and waxing and waning, right, towards its highest or reducing back down again. And it's talking about that in relation to you at the center of this conversation. You, like waxing and waning, if you don't know, is a term used to identify the moon, yeah? Growing and decreasing, yeah? So increasing and decreasing, yeah? We're looking at a cycle of you coming into being and then letting the other things fall away, a little bit like the Wheel of Fortune card in tarot too. So when the Wheel of Fortune card in tarot spins around, we have ebbs and flows, the beautiful times in life, the shit times in life. Everything in your Wheel of Fortune is spinning really fast and it's not stopping anytime soon, which means you are actually in the helm, front seat, locked in, locked and loaded, ready to go, aligned to your destiny. I don't come over here and I don't bullshit and I don't say stuff just for the sake of it. I'm talking to someone who has unlocked, unleashed their destiny. And over the next few days, I'm saying up until that, from the 9th to the 13th of August, they're looking at material, spiritual, mind, body and soul awakening to the fact that you are actually who you think you are and you are actually doing what you believe that you're doing. Someone needs confirmation today, so we're going to get that. Such a really powerful energy coming out. The Wheel of Fortune is also out underneath the moon. I didn't even see that. I pulled the moon, read it to you straight away. Now I look back at the deck and the Wheel of Fortune staring right at me. Synchronistic as fuck. Yeah, this is destined. Like, you know, when you listen to general readings on YouTube and it's tarot and you don't always believe. I can't tell you the kind of goosebumps and chills and my heart chakra, the energy in my aura, the way I feel internally about this reading, about this card pull. The moment I saw the moon, I was like, I need to record this fast. Then the Queen of Pentacles came out with that as well. Now, when I look at the Queen of Pentacles, we're talking about someone sitting on their throne. This is someone grounded in the material world. This is someone financially stable, someone in a position of power, someone who is loved by others. You are the king or queen of your reality at this time and you are stable and grounded. You could have 2 pets, 2 kids, 2 older kids, 1 younger kid, yeah? Babies. I want to say babies growing up as well, interestingly enough. Like, you could have 2 kids that look after one of your kids who really gets babied and they carry that child around the house, but that child isn't even that young to be carried, maybe. Yeah, but there's this baby energy, which is adorable as well. I've just got to identify that, yeah? I'm also seeing something really, really interesting here in my vision. It's weird because on the card, it's a red poppy. Loads of red poppies, a field of red poppies. But what I actually see is red roses everywhere. Like loads of, like a field of red roses, right? And you don't have fields of red roses like that, in my opinion. So I'm getting this really significant vision of just red roses everywhere and fields of it. And it's really like a really sacred spiritual moment or a message for one of you guys out there, okay? But that's what I feel in my heart. With that, I'm just going through the deck now because it's calling me. The Five of Wands is coming out next. I can see a lot of conflict over your love life, your marriage, your independent choices and decisions. There is a Queen of Pentacles, a powerful woman. This could be related to Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, but it doesn't have to be. This is now opening up to be about a relationship a little bit for me here. I'm looking at someone who's potentially had a red rose moment. That's true love, right? So if I'm looking at a field of red roses, then I'm talking about a really high significant love in your life. That red and that power, that love, that triggered others around you in your network, family and friends, to be conflicted and have opinions about you and your heart. There was fights, arguments, drama. There's this issue around moving too fast or moving too slow. In the past, you were moving way too slow in love. Now you're moving way too fast in love. Yeah, and then you're kind of in the middle going, how dare you, right? There's arguments here about love. I wasn't expecting to see this, guys. There's a part of me that's trying to slow down and hold back on this reading because I have no control over this reading, guys. I'll tell you that now, and then I'm just going to surrender and let the channel do the job, because as I'm kind of telling the prophecy and as I'm kind of going clairvoyant, I can feel my senses or some kind of higher level frequency just wants to run the show and take over my whole auric field. And I'm like, wait, let me read. And they're kind of like, no, you don't need to read. Let us do the fucking work. So if you've got loved ones in spirit, let me tell you now, they're present and they're strong and they're purposeful and they're here and they are activating the fuck out of you today so you can truly awaken to whatever this is, because this is really, really important today, guys. Potentially one of the most important readings I've ever done on the platform. Yeah? So if this is for you, then well done. Yeah? You found your way and something guided you here today, okay? Do hit like and subscribe if you are feeling the vibration. Lock in. The moon's coming out again. We've had the Queen of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and now the moon's coming out again. In the other deck, we had the moon, followed by the Wheel of Fortune, and then behind that is the Seven of Cups. This reading is very, very independent, very, very much in control. It is like your past on loved one or ancestor has come out and hand selected these cards and is doing the speaking through me or for you today. That's how empowering it feels. It's like it's a beautiful energy to be in right now. The moon coming out is talking about your brother, your sister, specifically a relative, a mother, a shaman, a guru, a life coach, a guardian, yeah? Someone you have on earth who has been watching over you for a lengthy window of time. Is now coming to the light. There may have been a lot of indecision around a person in your reality, someone in your life. A group of people could have been up to 7, yeah? It could have been a range of people in your life, including family, friends, potentially passed on others. You could have lost people in this window of time and like say over the last year or two, passed on loved ones, and them and all these other people that they were in the group with are all kind of impacted and influenced by this. It feels Really, really intense, yeah? I keep getting Cancer energy show up in the deck as well. So you could be a Cancer. That's extra confirmation for you as well, okay? But I'm seeing a real difficult situation with a someone you would see as a brother or a sister or a sibling, a close family member, someone you looked up to, someone who was a guru, someone who was supporting you here on earth. But there's this energy from out beyond this planet. So it talks to me about not only someone being here in the physical for you, but someone who's passed on, who's now your guardian. So there's a part of me that I feels like I'm connecting with someone right now who a few years back, this person was an earth angel and they were your guardian angel. They were your therapist, your counselor, your guru. They supported you, maybe not officially in those terms, a brother, a sister, a friend, a family member, a sibling. They were your conduit. Yeah, they were your guardian angel on earth, and someone's moved over to the other side, transitioned and changed, and now they're not around, but they're coming through in spirit. For some of you guys, this is someone who you don't talk to anymore either, but now they're coming back into the fold in the physical. There's so much of this story and so many different ways it spreads out. So if it resonates, hit the like. If it doesn't, then maybe it's not for you today, okay? But there's so much energy here. And this involves so many other people who had so many other opinions, so many different things to say. The angels are here. They're watching over this. We're looking at Archangel Michael right now, taking control. Now, what I see more than anything for you is the immediate. Understand the significance of the immediate, yeah? So whatever happens now, this is going to have an immediate impact on everyone around you. And what you want to do is, in my head, I'm getting crash test dummy. In my head, I'm getting target practice. In my head, I'm getting landing spot. I'm getting a load of ideologies that are really talking to me about honing in on this delivery, honing in on the focal point of this, your radius, your degrees of freedom, how many people this is going to affect and impact in the immediate. We want to scale this back. We want to keep this tight. We want to focus on the immediate team and the immediate crew, the immediate members. I see 3 people here and it's tight, and I would rather it be that way, and the angels would rather it be that way, yeah? So however that's significant for you, it's talking about who's the important players in this. Yeah? I'm getting mum, dad, and me, him, her, and them. Whatever. Do you get what I mean? Like, it's un, dos, tres. Yeah? Just keep the main people in the fold, and that is that. Because something is manifesting. Magician cards out. Ace of Cups with that. Justice with that. Ten of Cups with that. This is serious. Ace of Cups, Justice card, Ten of Cups, all on top of the Magician. Not only is this a lot of major energy, major change, major transformation, like I said at the beginning, we're looking at a lot of emotions, happiness, bliss. This is long-term fulfillment for someone here. But what we're looking at now, and we're going to dive into this in a minute a lot more, is the Queen of Swords. Because the Queen of Swords is looking at me with a really, really stern face. And the Queen of Swords is making sure that this is going down without a hitch. We don't want an error. We don't want a mistake. I wanted to say we don't want an error in the code. We don't want to fuck this up. Yeah? Now I want to talk a little bit about game theory and the ideologies that we're all living in a simulation. Because there is some kind of amazing, beautiful, imaginative idea that you've had. Imagination, it is just flourishing out. And in that moment, I want to say you or them. Yeah, we're looking at a really significant change for one individual. You could be an observer and part of the 3 in this, or you are that person. Either way, there is a person in the center of all of this with a beautiful heart chakra, amazing imagination, could be a stylist. I'm looking at fashion, I'm looking at clothes, I'm looking at jewelry, I'm looking at heart, money, beauty, bliss. And not a lot of people have it all. That's the point. I could get emotional with this as well, because not a lot of people have it to give. Yeah? Last week I said the same thing. If you fake it until you make it, when you make it, you'll be fake. Period. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. And I want to use someone as an example, but it would just be a bitch move to do. And I'm going to learn to grow today. So that's new for me, because I would normally dig into people and roast them. I'm not going to do it. But there are people out there in the field, in the industry, that have clearly faked it until they made it, and now they've made it, and you're fake. You're not going to sustain this life. You can't do more than this. You are a one-hit wonder. There is not much more to your repertoire. You know? I want to say that fluke vibration has been incredibly high for whoever's resonating with this. You spend a lot of your life around people that are just nothing but a fluke. Relationships a fluke. All these people present as something they are not, and it is what? A fluke. It doesn't last. There is not much more beyond the mundane or the obvious that you presented back then. And you haven't ascended beyond this same dimension that you sit in, but you claim to be more than. And everyone else is like, whatever. Same shit again. Same shit again. Yeah? It's like making a shitty investment, or investing heavily in someone, and over again, the same output, the same bullshit. You're not bringing anything new. Every time we have a meeting, it's the same shit you deliver. It's whatever. We're not making more money, but you keep claiming that we're going to. Shit, crap, rubbish, bollocks, bullshit. And certain industries, and whatever position you are in life, the higher up you are, the higher up the chain you are more prone to bullshit in your face. And you are more prone to everyone claiming to have it. They don't, right? But this person, you, them, whatever this is here, and it's in abundance, and it's rich, and it's beautiful, and it's prosperous. But let's look at the Queen of Swords, because I'm intrigued. Because the Queen of Swords is my bitch card. So I'm connecting with this really bitchy energy that is showing up a lot smaller. So the energy that's immediately presenting itself, yeah, is a much smaller energy than the energy we've just spoken about. Remember how massive I told you about all those spirits and everything surrounding this person, this gifted individual, this gifted ascension, this Wheel of Fortune, yeah, this third eye gift, whatever it is, it's presenting with Queen of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and Ten of Swords. So we're talking about a fucking heavy vibration. But wrapped in imagination. But what's amazing about that is the Death card comes out straight after it. Because I'm like, but how does this make sense? Because you've just shown me that someone is incredible in so many different ways. And then after that, the Death card's following it with the Queen of Wands, King of Wands, my goodness, High Priestess, and the Ten of Pentacles. Bumberclot. Lord of mercy. What the hell? Remember I spoke about that true love? Those roses everywhere across the field. A field of red roses. That ain't cheap. That's incredibly expensive. I'm talking about like a fucking acre or a hectare of red roses. That's blasphemous. What the hell? How is that even happening? That's the vision I'm getting. That's not something that can just easily be done. What do you mean? That's wild. Yeah, you don't get fields of red roses so fresh and pure like that. And it's a field. It's like an acre or a hectare of red roses. It's insanity. Yeah? And this is what's happening with this vibration and this Wheel of Fortune and this Moon card is whatever's been in the way and you haven't been able to see, you've been unsure, you've been uncertain in a situation, everything's moving out of the way. Destiny is spinning. It's like you've been living in a fucking hot country. You seen Prison Break when they're all trapped in Panama in Sona. It's like you've been living in Sona and suddenly you've just been let out into a room full of aircon. And you've just been taken to the most beautiful, luxurious penthouse in Panama. And now it's beautifully air-conditioned and you're being served hand and foot. That's what it feels like. Yeah? I was going to use the ideology simply as being hot and then turning on a fan. And the fan is just spinning and blowing your face and it feels fantastic. But the gravitas of Sona in Panama, in Prison Break, and a luxurious penthouse just feels more glamorous because the weight and contrast of disaster and inability to see and confusion and less than vibration versus exquisitation, which may not even be a word, is all I can really say here. And to put the cherry on the cake, or I want to say the rose on the mantelpiece, we've got a king and queen. I'm looking at true love in a relationship showing up again. We've already had 10 of cups here. Now we've got 10 of pentacles. This is lifelong love and abundance. And this is coming from real grounded manifestation from the magician and the 7 of cups. Someone's manifested this. Both of these people have manifested this. When you manifest, yeah, it's beautiful to manifest on your own and align to what you want and just work towards it. But what it looks like to me here is that there's been 2 separate individuals that have independently manifested the life that they want. You ever kind of been in a situation where you go, I manifested you, or you manifested me? Like you see it in movies and stuff like that, or other people say, yeah, I manifested him, or I manifested her. Fair enough. But it gives me something along that radius where that whole coming together has stemmed from 2 people manifesting what they want in their lives, and it's showing up. And that's why things are moving so quickly. That's why it's so fast. That's why it's so fiery. That's why it's so passionate. And that's why maybe both of you are quite Queen of Swords energy, cold, cutting, distant, because it looks like this started with a small offer. Someone made a small offer here, potentially a feminine, but then actually someone's made an offer, and someone making an offer created 10 of Swords. Fuck me. This is when you know manifestations are real. This is how it works in my mind anyway, spiritually. Anytime you level up in life and you make an offer, you make a play, you move forward, you make a major change, you initiate something really significant in your heart and soul, it triggers others. Because it triggers those who are and are not aligned to it. So whoever you made this offer to, or whoever made an offer to you, right? You either aligned to it or you didn't. And if you align to it, then you're gravitationally going to be pulled in that direction. If you're not, you're going to be repelled. It's like a battery, negative and plus, positive and negative, right? Minus and plus in the situation. So we're talking about the moment that an offer was made, a very small, light-hearted offer, could have been a business proposal, it could have been really something light-hearted, guys. I've just noticed that this man looks like he's holding a rose in his hand as well. So someone could have offered love early on. Someone could have offered money early on. The man's not only holding a rose now, he's holding a coin. So someone's offering money, career, and love. Someone's offering something. Someone nervously offered something. Someone could offer you something and you were nervous. Yeah? Interesting energy. The moment that this offer was made, anything in both of your lives crumbled. Not even crumbled, immediate stab to death. It's an awful thing to say, right? Because there's a lot of knife crime in the UK and it's really sad. So I'm so sorry, right? But I'm looking at a card with someone who's got 10 swords in their back and they're on the floor. They've been stabbed multiple times. So what I'm looking at here is, and someone could have actually lost someone in it, because the death card's now on top of that. And there's blood everywhere. And I'm getting a lot of heavy negative, violent visions of like stabbing and stuff. So I'm really sorry for that, right? But let's try and ground this and not go down a rabbit hole of heavier energy, because it talks about a forced ending. A really, 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 really painful, difficult, forced ending. Yeah? It talks about taking someone's life, you know? And taking someone's life for granted. Taking someone's life and someone being gone too soon. It talks about a lot of heavy sadness. It makes me quite emotional and sad. and then those passed on loved ones vibration comes back in as well, and it talks about that earth angel on earth that was your guru or your guide or that person you loved being taken from you and now being in the spirit realm. It talks about someone you love very much now being on the other side. It talks very much about them being present with you in the now moment, and it kind of brings their energy forward a lot more for me, and kind of makes them validate this reading and makes them want you to feel assured in their presence in spirit, and the fact that they've passed over and transitioned, and they're safe and they're with you, and they're talking to you through this reading today, you know. If you're not really spiritual and you hate shit like that, then I'm really sorry. I can only apologize, but because I don't like going to these places in depth on personal readings, you know. I mean in general readings, it's not personal, and I don't know where this is going, so it feels really insensitive sometimes, you know. I know death isn't easy for anyone, but I really feel like I'm connecting with someone who's gone through some real difficult death cycles, or a significant death cycle with someone that was really, really important to them on earth. Someone could have lost a bride. Once again, someone could have lost their priest or pastor, brother or sister, their child even. True love as well. Someone that you loved very much, yeah, whether it was romantic or not. Oh gosh. Okay, goodness me, this reading has just taken a turn. I'm getting super emotional. Okay, so what I'm being shown and guided to say is that the person that has passed on and their love and what they did for you in your life and how they presented and what they were for you in your life is what has manifested into your reality now. So it's kind of like someone needing assurance and awakening to the fact that God hasn't forgotten you and you're not being left behind, and this person is with you. And the love that is coming into your life, that has come into your life now, is because you went through this cycle, and because this person is giving you that love that you really, really deserve. This person on the other side is your ride or die, yeah? So no matter if they are here or not now in the physical, they are still riding for you in spirit. That's the point. And you have absolute free will. You are liberated, you are alive, you are awakened, you are ready, and this person knows it, and this person is screaming joy and is incredibly excited because they know you can't fail now. They know you cannot fail now. I feel through this vibration that you also know you can't fail now. What you lost in them, you now have back in this person. Weird thing for me to say. I hate this reading. I hate it, hate it, hate it. I hate going down this route and feeling unsafe, right? It is not hard to deliver messages that come from passed on loved ones on a general platform. There's so much ethics around spirituality and these kind of approaches, and it makes me feel awkward and I don't feel safe, guys. Okay, if you resonate, you resonate. I hate it. I told you I was just going to do the reading and I didn't want to get pulled, but I could feel that spirit just wanted to come through and really dominate and make their presence known. So this person was really, really dominating in your life. They would not take bullshit from you, and they would not let you slip. They would not let you fall. They would not let you do what you normally do. You backtrack is what I'm getting in my head. You backtrack, you go back on your word. Why are you changing your script? Why are you changing your story? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Like, they'll slap you around the face and shake you up a little bit and wake you up and put you back in your seat. Like, this is weird. This person is now giving me visions of, like, they would brush your teeth for you if they needed to, right? They would comb your hair if you needed it to be combed. They would do all of these different things for you. And they are really, really dominating, because I just kind of get visions of them combing your hair. I get visions of them holding you at your side of your shoulders and shaking you. I get visions of them brushing your teeth. Like, they would not let you slip. They would not let you fall. With them in the physical, you knew it was absolutely impossible to fail. Absolutely impossible. So the main message here today is, and it's kind of sarky coming in, because it's like, you think you're going to fail now. I'm up here watching from a bird's eye view. You think it's remotely possible for you to fail now? You know? So I don't know what you went through or what's happened, because there's kind of part of me that feels like you wouldn't have believed this maybe even 2 weeks ago. A little while back, you wouldn't have believed this. So something serendipitous has happened. There's been some kind of spiritual awakening or moment or consciousness shift that you've gone through over the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks and 3 days, I want to say. Yeah? And because of that, you believe this now. Something's happened, and you believe, and you trust, and you believe in the other side. You believe that they're there. And now that that belief's there, it's awakened your relationship with them at this new ethereal level, and it's opening the door in so many ways, because now you've got that spark back, that buzz back, where you know you can't fail, right? So now I'm getting stupid visions in my head, right, where you see in Matilda where all her family are gone out and the books are flying around the room, right? In my head, it's like, okay, I'm not there to brush your teeth anymore and shake you up a little bit and throw water on your face and brush your hair. But when you do those things now, your toothbrush will be practically floating in your mouth, because I'll still be there in spirit doing it. I'll still be that person, because now you have the strength and power to do that yourself, and you're now driven spiritually, and you have enough inner conviction and strength to do it for yourself. But I'm still here with you, driving that incentive inside of you. Yeah, spirit can possess you. Spirit can take over. Spirit can talk to you in your mind. Yeah, spirit give you thought, feeling, vision, touch, smell. Yeah, all your clear senses, spirit know. Yeah? So although you do or don't believe, spirit's tapped in. Possession's real. One watch Possession of Hannah Grace, one of my favourite possession movies, Constantine. All possession movies, they stem from somewhere. Why do you think the Pope does all these things and the Pope is there? It's real. Yeah? Possession's real. That's the dark side of spirituality. This is the beautiful side. And I say that reluctantly, because I've just had a little cry over here, because this is still overwhelming, even for a medium, you know? Like, I don't like doing this stuff in this way sometimes. It feels so insensitive and so impersonal, and it brings up so much more questions, and I just want to click off, have a personal conversation with this spirit, and then come back on, but then it's not authentic and genuine, you know? So I want to give you the real time of whatever the hell this energy is coming at me, but I also don't just want to broadcast live and not screen it first, which is hard. So I'm just giving you the raw today, but it's beautiful, okay? Really, really beautiful. And keep believing in what you believe in now. Don't back down, because this is just so amazing. I don't think you will. I think whoever this love is in your life, it has changed the game for you in major ways. So much worry you had in the past is healing now. Yeah? I want to say God gives you what you pray for, what you've been waiting for. But I want to say this person in your life, right, an L name's coming to me as well. So I just started to get an L name coming, but then it pulled back, so I just let it go, okay? But that could be significant for you, maybe not. But it's this person saying, I'm going to have your back. I'm going to make sure you get to where you want to get to. Believe in me, listen to me, talk to me. Yeah? So talk to spirit all the time in your head. You're allowed, yeah? You're allowed to speak to spirit in your head when you're alone, just taking time. Tell them what you want, tell them what you need, tell them what you're worried about. Sometimes they'll push thought forward in your mind, so you'll have a thought or an idea, but actually it's them who incentivize that, believe it or not. Some of the greatest things we do, it comes from spirit. It comes from our past on loved ones pushing that incentive towards us. So many things I've been told to do in my life, and I've been told to do it because someone on the other side pushed that narrative through me. That's why we get sickos like possession. I said the bad shit that happens, you know. But when it happens in a good way, when the light is present and the angels are here and your guardians and loved ones from the other side are championing you, then it comes out like this. And your life is changing miraculously because of this. It's so beautiful, yeah? Well done. Well done. Please don't stop believing. That is all I can kind of say in this reading, is your belief in this has changed your life. And you would know if that's true or not. If that's not true, then you don't need to watch this anymore. You can click off. It's not for you. But if you know that whatever's happened over the last 2 to 3 weeks, where your belief system has changed and you feel incredibly different and your life is now starting to cycle in flux with that, then this is your belief system forever now. And now that you believe this worry's gone. And you've got a brand new beginning. And you manifested this with the support of the belief. Self-fulfilling prophecy is a real thing. I always speak about it. And this reading is absolute proof of what self-fulfilling prophecy looks like and feels like when you really believe. Yeah? It's about self-belief. And now this person is present with you all the time in spirit. But now, because of that, you have now unlocked a new character, I want to say, right? In this game, in this simulation, who also, I guess, has some of those qualities or attributes that aligns well to that version of you that's connected to the spirit of your ancestors and your past on loved ones. Because now you're in a realm where you have a much deeper spiritual connection to your kin on the other side. Yeah? You and your family and friends and loved one from the other side are present in your consciousness frequently. And as a result of that, whoever you're aligning with is also existing in that kind of I want to keep saying circumference and radius again and again. I want to talk about zone of proximity. These are things I love anyway, naturally, but it makes me want to nerd out on it a little bit more because it talks to me about the visca piscus, you coming together with another person and creating a whole new dimension. And in that realm, all of these passed on loved ones, all of this spirit, all of this higher consciousness, it exists there. This is the most beautiful thing I've seen. It's so amazing. Okay, the tower's looking at me. I thought we were done. Let me look at the tower card really quickly and see why that's here. There's a story coming out about that. I've seen the 9 of Swords twice. And it's the energy that's been kind of haunting you for a really, really long time, okay? This worry that just kept boomeranging back round towards you, okay? You really had to grow from that. Let me grab a few cards from this deck as well. Hold on, guys. Scribe and Writer. This card came out, I believe, last week or the week before. Go and check out the previous reading. I spoke quite lengthily about a script, writing code, creating a new language, creating a new word, learning a new language. I spoke lengthily about that, okay? Let's dive. There's so much going on here, okay? Firstly, the Tower card's coming out. Like I said, bottom of the other deck is also still the Ace of Pentacles. So we're talking about this new beginning. This new beginning looks really quite sudden to me. It looks sudden to me because it's after a window of time where you've been in hermit mode. Not only that, you've been isolated on your own, working on your own finances and money. I'm looking at a bird on a woman's finger. It's bringing me back to the reading where I spoke about someone being tethered to an eagle and having an eagle fly in and rest on their hands. So that could be significant again for someone. If you've been watching the last few readings, then your energy's happening strong, okay? Not only that, the Hierophant's now coming out as well in the front of the mind. You've been working on morals, integrity, yeah? Really grounding yourself in what you believe your reality should look like. So establishing a clear moral compass, grounding yourself in the kind of people and things you do or don't want in your reality. It's been incredibly important for you to take a solo journey, very hermetic, stoic energy of a man on a mission, a man on pursuit, male or female. That's the energy I get. A human on job, set to do a task, going hard on what you need to do. Not only that, it's been hard for you because you've been holding on to your finances. There's been a real horcrux around your finances and your money, because although you are stable and grounded, the money that you do have, that's the investable money, the money to invest, the money to be more flexible, the fluid, the liquid that you could distribute, has been something that hasn't been able to just flourish and go. You haven't been able to let go of that coin in the way in which you want to, right? Like, I see the vision in my head, I get, and this is a reminder of maybe a period of time you've had in the past, because now I'm getting this passed on loved one nodding to me. I can't see all of their elements, right? But I haven't got time to break down every element of how clairvoyance works, but this passed on loved one's now nodding to me because they've just given me the vision of someone with a hands full of coins, and they're just throwing money at people, like someone standing on a balcony and just throwing money at the people. And it's funny because it's coins, and someone's just throwing coins at people. So this is not like this implies a long ago. There's a window of time in your life long ago, maybe when you were younger with this person, and you was just flossy, you had more money, and you were just throwing money here, there, and everywhere, because someone has just got this dream or this wealth abundant mindset where they just want to give money to the people all the time. I just want to throw money at the masses, yeah? And that's kind of a really significant loving memory or moment that you may have with this person. Before this person passed, there could be significant moments where you really turn up and just threw money at people. And I mean that in a really giving, charitous way, but you would still turn up and flexing and having a good time is the point. But there's fear around that now. Yeah, there's fear that's set in after losing this person, and there's a decision that needed to be made that you didn't make. And Ace of Pentacles coming out again here. You couldn't move forward and you couldn't move on for a window of time because you felt like you didn't have your ride or die, right? You didn't have your sidekick, you didn't have your BFF, your bestie, yeah? You feel more like a loner now. Yeah, and you just felt like you was going to be a loner forever because you just didn't have that person with you. And it's like this person saying, firstly, I'm with you in spirit, and secondly, no, I'm going to hook you up. Like in my head, I'm getting like best wingman, best wing woman kind of energy, because now this person's your wing person in spirit. Literally, you now have a wing person in spirit. Yeah. Whether they were your wingman or woman on earth, they're now your wing person in spirit. Your winged person. Yeah? How hot is that? You have a winged person. You can't fail when you have a winged person riding for you in spirit. So first things first, you need to be compassionate. Yeah? Please work on compassion. If there's one thing you can do for the rest of your year, it's compassion for yourself. Because we all too often forget that, especially when we feel like our purpose comes from giving and we overgive to other people. And sometimes we find purpose in our lives by giving to other people all the time. And in those moments, we lose ourselves because we sometimes don't even know how to give to ourselves. Don't even know how to fill ourselves up because we're so busy filling our other people, because then we feel worthy. Then we have purpose, then life has meaning. If I give all my money away to that person, if I cook for this person, feed for that person, cater for that person, house that person, then I'm doing good because I'm helping others. What about you? Doing good doesn't always look how you think it should look, okay? And that's what this is about. We want to end, okay, 9-9. I hear this person saying we want to end that cycle of you over giving all the time. They don't want you to give in the way in which you used to give. And they know you wouldn't understand what that means. Yeah? Whatever there's something that they would always tell you, stop doing that. Why are you doing that? And you would kind of go, oh yeah, but you know what I'm like. And they were like, yeah, but you need to stop. Whatever that harsh truth is that they always give you, like, just stop. You don't need to do that. They're reminding you of that again. And they want you to keep remembering that stuff that they would say. And because they're not there, it doesn't mean you don't need to do it, or you don't need to believe, or you don't need to feel. You can still feel it. Yeah? They're happy for you because they know that you're happy now, that you've got your happiness back. They see it. They see what's coming for you. They're excited. I see some kind of trip as well. Oh, okay, I get a 40 days and 40 nights trip. Sounds horrendous. Okay, nice. Okay, so I got 40 days and 40 nights in my head, so like going on holiday for a window of time. And initially in my head it sounded like 40 days and 40 nights of hell, like Jesus is 40 days and 40 nights. And they're like, no, you've already been through 40 days and 40 nights. Now you are going to go on holiday and live lavishly, luxuriously for at least 40 days and 40 nights. Yeah? So that's time off for over a month and a bit, where you take time to live your fucking best life, get your confidence up. I see a lot of naked nudity, which is a vibe. So it's just be you, travel around the world to places you've never been to before. Like whatever your circumstances are financially, if you can't even leave the state, then you find a way to turn the state into the world for you for that window of time. Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? What journey are you going to go, and make it fun? For some of you guys, if you can't take off a full window of 40 days and nights, then you spread that over the next few years, and you plan a holiday in this window of time, you plan a holiday in this window of time, and if it's a week here, a day here, a weekend there, the rest of the weekends for the year are now dedicated to this or that. Like, shape your reality in line with what you deserve and what's going to bring you fulfillment and happiness. You're changing your reality in major ways. Start rewarding yourself and start having fun in those windows of time that you can. Save the money for it if you haven't got it. Stop worrying about money as well. If you've got it to spend and you've got enough saved in the right places and you're not going to go broke and no one's going to suffer as a result, then spend a bit of money and get rid of that money guilt that you've built up. This is a happy ending. We're done with this old reality and vibration. Move forward. There's success you have in your life, success you have in your career, success you have in your finances, and you've refused to move on it. Which suggests, and self-love's coming out next, and it's like you were lacking in self-love. You didn't have enough self-love. You can tell yourself all you want that giving to this person or doing this for this person is part of a healing journey. I'm a spiritual life coach and my mission is to help other people, but you're helping everyone else become millionaires and billionaires and CEOs and do great things in their life, and you're still sitting in the place that you're sitting in, and you're not making any real money, but everyone else around you flourishing because you're being the light they need. That's just an example. A very important one though. Because it's the roles that we take in life to make ourselves feel comfortable and confident in what we do, but we minimize ourselves. Because the truth is, in all these instances where you're helping all these other people get to these positions in life, you should be helping yourself get to these positions in life, your own position. You don't need to help people up the wrong, you need to help yourself up the wrong. It's not selfish. That's what you're here to do. That's what you've been here to do. You've got a lot of art. A lot of art. Could be an artist, a painter, a musician. Musician. Either or, right? Either way, you are so gifted, and that is part of the adventure. You're meant to be using your gifts and making things happen. Angel cards out. AAA could be significant for you as well. You could be in rehab on that note, yeah? You could be cleansing. You could have had an addiction, a really difficult addiction, yeah? And now the arts, the adventures and the crafts, that could be major healing for you, because now if you're in recovery and you've come from AAA, right? And you've been an addict, even more so during the death cycle of someone you love, then the angels are now guiding you to use your other gifts to evolve. This is a great example I can give you. It makes me a little bit emotional when I think about it as well. Since I've been building all of this kind of stuff with Hermitology, which is my corporation, I used to smoke all the time, cigarettes all the time, and I used to drink wine. Frequently, at least on a Friday night. But in my younger days, I used to get pissed drunk all the time, smoke weed and smoke cigarettes all the time. But in adulthood, when I was building the business, cigarettes all the time, and Prosecco, and wine on a Friday night to wind down, or every evening at 7 p.m. Not even every evening, I can't exaggerate, but every now and then I would be having evenings of wine and prosecco and weekends of cocktails and loads of cigarettes at the desk. I decided when I was overdosing on nicotine and not functioning very well, I was just smoking all the time and I was getting sidetracked on the job, and my intellect just felt like it was dwindling away. I was like, I need to go clean. No more cigarettes, no more nothing. It's been 15 months for me now with no cigarettes, no alcohol, and I used to smoke weed as well, and I don't smoke that at all. So I've been clean, and my career, my intellect, my grounded nature, my gifts and abilities, all things within me have just flourished in such a really, really beautiful way. Parts of me doesn't want to advocate for that. I would rather deny it, like, no, my life's still shit, give me a cigarette now. But I'm doing really well. And as a result of that, I made one random post on Twitter, right? And I said, you know what, I'm not going to smoke today because I've given up cigarettes. So instead of smoking, I'm going to give you a music break. Normally I have a fag break, but today I'm going to have a music break. And in that moment, spontaneously, out of nowhere, sometime last year, I think, I just started singing on Twitter through a voice feature. And it's a year on since that. You can go over to her 7D channel, and now I'm bringing out weekly music tarot pieces and just playing around with music. And I've fallen into I've always loved music and I've always done creative stuff personally, but to kind of publicly move forward with it and have a lot of dreams and desires to create a lot more musical stuff in the future, it's all stemmed from me just giving up cigarettes. I won't talk about the fact that I want to smoke cigarettes again and I want to drink wine again, so we're going to put the AAA situation just in the foreground of the conversation today, because maybe my reluctancy to accept my relationship with cigarettes and alcohol could reflect on whatever your supposed addictive qualities or traits are at this time. If you resonate with not feeling addicted to anything, but knowing your life's been better without any additional or additives or preservatives, let's say it like that, right? Whatever the case may be, there's things we remove out of our life and we see the result of it, okay? And I'm part of me, this reading's kind of going to me, you should probably never smoke or drink again, Louise, because your life's great now. But then there's also that part of me that's kind of going, but I'm not an addict and I've never really been an addict. Do you hear that? I've never really been an addict. And then it's like, but does that mean then I'm an addict? Because I'm not an addict. And I stopped straight away and went cold turkey just because I wanted to focus on my technology and my qubit. So I'm not really an addict, am I? And then it's kind of like, well, you used to get drunk all the time in your early 20s and be an absolute pisshead, but that was your culture and it was fine. And cigarettes you smoked on and off, and weed you smoked from a very young age, but you stopped that anyway before any of that. So I don't know, the conversation's there, and we're now debating whether or not I'm an addict or not, and whether or not AA is a real thing that should be acknowledged, and whether giving up something is a sign that you were addicted to it or not. There's so many conversations around that, you know, but it's the arts that stem from it, okay? So don't be intimidated by those heavier conversations is the point, yeah? Whether or not you were or were not an addict isn't the conversation here, but what you've removed out of your life and the window of time you've removed it out your life and what's happened to you as a result of that is the signifier here, yeah? Because there is no one else or no need to start pinning specifics about your whole existence and health, but it's just about identifying what you've done radically to love yourself more to get to where you're at today, okay? That's the point we tried to come to as I started to foam at the mouth about my own fucking issues. Let's move on, right? Now, okay. Ooh. We're ending with something to address. Because in relation to your health, I'm looking at Celtic and Seven of Swords. So I'm looking at a real issue here, to be honest with you, in regards to tarot, spirituality, belief. Who are you up against, and what are you up against? Someone doesn't believe in you. It's this you feel like you can't be proud of this. Yeah? Mother energy coming out. I feel like, oh, shit. Okay. Some of you leaving your mother's house, leaving your mother's behind. This, in my mind, it gives me someone who still lives at their home with their mother. And it's about time that you move out and not live with your mum anymore. That's what I get. But not only that, it's like leaving your mum's, maybe your mum has set up tent in your mind. Set up your mind frame where tarot is a sin. Tarot is inappropriate. Tarot isn't something that's going to help you move forward. Tarot is unstabilizing. Tarot is a karmic debt. There's questions about spirituality and religion and karmic relations coming out. Oh, I hate being the deliverer sometimes. Wow. Your friend would have told you this. That person because every time now and then I get nervous to say stuff, this person in spirit comes back and goes, just do what I fucking tell you, please. You know? And they're like, your mum is your karmic. Ooh, I'm so sorry. I don't blame me. But your mum is your karmic. If you want a healthy relationship in your life, you're going to need to learn and understand that your mum is the karmic in your life. She's the third party, the third wheel, the negative energy, the ancestral curse you need to break. She's the vibration that keeps you small and keeps you bound to not transporting and ascending in the way that you're destined to. She's the one that's going to make the fan not work. She's the one that's going to get your ass sent back to Sona. Right? The truth of the matter is, and your friend knows this very well, that person in spirit riding for you knows this very well. Mummy's girl, mummy's boy, up mummy's arse. Oh, mummy said that, did she? It's that kind of energy where mummy is dominating your reading at the end, or the mind frame at the end. Because even as you come into deliverance and step into the light and really be this version of yourself that you're destined to be, the only thing that's ever going to slow you down and block you now is mummy. Mummy's controls. Mummy controlling you. Mummy taking over your life. People don't realize how limiting certain relationships in your life are when they've been, like, it's so rude to say, right? Because your mum and father are meant to be the ones that are there for you for everything. But you need to establish independence. Have you ever established independence away from your parents? So many cultures do it at different ages in their life, and I feel like that's a key signifier with my developmental studies that I've been doing, whether or not you really do flourish in life or not, and whether you become really successful, independent, intelligent, break ancestral curses, find your own way. It's those who are tethered to their parents versus those who go it alone from a much younger age. It's the liberatory processes of life that you go through or don't go through when you're tethered to constructs that your parents have built. Yeah, you're meant to find your way by yourself. You can love your parent, you can be a mummy's boy or a mummy's girl, it's not a problem, but you need to know yourself. And if you're in a dynamic where you even call your mum mummy and you're a grown adult, mummy this, mummy, are you there? You're an adult and you're calling your mum mummy. There's also got to be a shift in verbiage, in language and communication style, in my opinion, where mother, mum, a bit obnoxious, yeah, but less mature, let's grow. Every now and then mummies keep it. If your generalized narrative is mummy this and mummy that, grow up. My mum, my mother, mum. Yeah? Like it's out of respect, but especially if your mum babies you. In mummy's arms, you're the baby. But you're 44. You're 56. Do you get what I mean? You gotta grow. You gotta grow out of it. You gotta ground yourself. Something is manifested in your life. Yeah? I want to say manifested because you're not watching this and don't know that. I'm not selling people a dream. This isn't manifesting and coming soon. Wait to find the love of your life. Click like and subscribe and wait for next week to see what they look like. No. You know this person. You know what's coming for you. You've been doing the work. You feel it. you see, right? You've been seeing this. This is coming in. The only thing that will hinder any of this, and we're talking long term, nothing's stopping this. But long-term irritations, if there's going to be a little niggle, a little irritation, a little bit of upset, a little feud, like a family feud, irritation, upset, it's going to come from this mummy energy. Because mum's dominating this karmic vibration, and she's telling you that whatever you're believing in now in regards to the spirit side, and I want to say it's the Celtic card here, and it's a big cross on Celtic, so it's talking to me about Christians who don't like tarot, Christians who don't like different spirituality and faith. It's a parent who is very anti whatever the truth of the conversation is between us today, in relation to that other side and that friend, and whatever we've revealed about that awakening 2 weeks and 3 days ago, I said, right? Very specific. Oh, alarm is going off. Which is even more confirmation. 2 weeks and 3 days, right? Within that window of time, we are looking at whatever happened, a real signifying change in your life, but the mother figure in your reality not accepting that and not seeing that. Someone's giving you negative Nancy energy, negative talk, negative, it's not true, no, don't believe it, negative, it can't be possible. You go and see a medium, they tell you connected with the other side, you go back and tell your loved one and they're saying it's bollocks, yeah? But you believe it, you felt it, you had the goosebumps, you had the shivers, you had the fucking tears rolling down your fucking face. So I think you know, yeah? Your mum comes from a different period of space and time. Her reality and belief systems were established and grounded from her and her reality. You are of her, but you are not her. Simple as that. And that is how we are wrapping up today. And next week we are going to come back and dive into a whole new story. And you are going to go forward and prosper in your life with your new love. Isn't that amazing? If you did resonate, hit the like. If you want to share more about this in the comments, please do. And I'll be back soon with more.